Lesson number 69. My grievances hide the light of the world in me. So, no one can look upon what your grievances conceal. Because your grievances are hiding the light of the world in you, everyone stands in darkness, and you beside him. But as the veil of your grievances is lifted, you are released with him. Share your salvation now with him who stood beside you when you were in hell. He is your brother in the light of the world that saves you both. So, if you're reading along, or if you have the text as well, this specific hymn has been, hymn H-I-M, has been not a capitalized hymn in reference to the creator or God or the universe. It's been a smaller hymn that, or a lowercase hymn, that him, he or she, is the person who is next to us, the people who have maybe helped us. And they too, of course, representations of God. They are encapsulations of the universe, of God as well. And some of them, have helped, have tried to help, have tried to, oh, it's not that bad, or, you'll get through this, or, let me take you out to dinner. Let me give you some relief from this. Maybe some of them help babysit your children. Just a variety of different things that other people do in their lending to try to aid you, to try and make things better for you. A small thing I did is at the beginning of the year, I found this great journal that I ordered online. I really liked it, and it's nice, and it's got good thick pages, and it asks particularly motivational questions and thoughts, and it really gets you to kind of sit down and go through your goals and work some things out. And so I was really excited about it, and how when you find something new and you're trying to figure out, well, how best to balance this or use it or write in it, especially when something is new. And so I was carrying it around with me. I was thinking, if I could find like a little satchel or a bag or something like this so that it could be held safely. And sure enough, carrying it with me, left it somewhere. So now I backtrack to the 2 or 3 different places, the newsstand, the store, CVS. Where had I been? Where had I left this journal? And so I go back the next morning. And sure enough, CVS, I had left it there on the counter, and they had held it back behind the counter for me and given it back to me as a grateful, and it was wonderful. And so I was thinking, several things in between, let's say, probably maybe about 10 or 12 hours between misplacing it, leaving it at the store, and then having to get back to find before the store opened up again. And I was thinking, okay, did I leave it at this place? Did I leave it at that place? Did I, when I was counting my change at the newsstand, wait a minute, did I have it in my hand? Then you're thinking, well, gee, did I set it someplace? Did somebody see me set it someplace? Did my coworkers see me set it someplace? Maybe somebody didn't mention it, or, did somebody pick it up? And you're rolling through all of these questions and ideas about where this is. And the more you roll through it, the more I rolled through it, the more, what would you call it, thoughts came up about it, until finally I said, okay, I have to stop thinking about this. I'm going to check at the store when they open up in the morning. It's not there, I'll just order a new one, and it's only been a couple of weeks. But what it concealed, that was kind of a grievance. I was a little upset because I was enjoying my journal. What it revealed was what I thought about people, places, and things around me. And so I started thinking about it. I was thinking, well, I can think that somebody saw me with it and, oh, I want his journal. Who knows why somebody would want that? Or I can think, I am in a loving, supportive world. So one of a couple of things is going to happen. I can be upset about this, and I can hold a grievance towards, just a kind of free-floating grievance about anybody out in the little 10-block radius I may have been, that the newsstand guy, the CVS guy, the deli guy, and suddenly, you start looking at, in your memory, people's faces. Well, did that mean, or did they not say, or, all these kinds of, the ego just jumps in there. Or someone will have it. I'll go back to the 3 places I was at, and someone will have it. Notice I'll ask them about it, and they'll return it to me, and I'll be made whole, having my little book back. And then And the reason why this was slightly even more exacerbated emotionally was that I have a thinner little notebook that I had actually slipped into this notebook, into this journal, and that thin notebook is a record of dreams that I have. And so I generally, if I wake up with a dream in the middle of the night or at the end of the morning, I jot it down in this little slim notebook, and I just happened, because it just fit nicely into the journal, put it in with the journal. And so the journal was only a week in, and I really hadn't delved into it too deeply, so I could replace it, but the dream little notebook was in there too. And I was like, oh, my dreams. So there was a deeper connection to the paper, to the writing, to the stuff. So then the third option in this is that, okay, it is gone. And most of the dreams I either remember or I have chronicled in some other place, and I have to be more careful and thoughtful, and I'll just order a new journal. So that even as I move through this, the first choice, I can hold a grievance. I can hold a grievance against the world. The world has stolen my journal. That the people who work at various stores, they have mislaid it, misplaced it, or didn't say anything when I mislaid it or misplaced it. I can hold a grievance against that. Or I can have an entirely different view of the world, that it's there and it will come back to me. Or I can have an entirely different view of the world, that it will not be there in the physical, but I can order a new one, and the dreams too, they will come back in whatever form that they can. My grievances hide the light of the world in me. So if I stay with number one, I'm hiding the light, because 2 and 3 are pretty, when I worked out 2 and 3 and I thought about, well, you'll either find it or you'll get a new one. When I stayed in those spaces, it wasn't a loss. It was a minor change. When I stayed in the first space of, well, who did this to me? Well, see, I'm losing stuff and blah, blah, blah. And, the train is late and blah. I found lots of things that I could have attached grievances to, all circling around this journal thing. And I didn't even mention it to anybody, except for the person when I went back to the store in the morning, and oh, here it is. So our grievances can be big, they can be small, but what I try to do is I try to work my way through them. So if my grievances hide the light of the world in me, I cannot see what I have hidden. Yet I want it. I want to let it be revealed to me for my salvation and salvation of the world. Also, be sure to tell yourself, if I hold this grievance, the light of the world will be hidden from me. If you are tempted to hold anything against anyone today, so that we start seeing the price. There's a price to anger, to grievance, to judgment, to bias, to discrimination, to hate, to grumpiness. There's a price to that. And the price is that, to some degree, peace of mind, to peace of self, to trust in the world. As always, I'm your host, Kyle Phoenix Show, focusing on A Course in Miracles. Kyle Phoenix Show 1@gmail.com. If you want to email me, people have been emailing me questions and thoughts, and I try to wrap it into the lessons in a short period of time. As always, we're on Facebook, Quora, Twitter, Blogger. Just type Kyle Phoenix into Google. You'll see our webpage. Also see that there's a Kyle Phoenix television show that comes on Thursdays Eastern Standard Time through Manhattan Neighborhood Network, mnn.org. Again, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can live stream it through mnn.org. Thank you so much and have a good day.